When we are living from our heart in oneness with all that is, we are in love with the natural world and can communicate in through nature and with wild creatures in ways that one might not really think are believable. So I would love to share a few stories with you to support you opening through your heart and remembering the magic and the mystery and the brilliance and the seamlessness that is happening all the time. So I had been living in this place and was having an absolute love affair with these birds that would sing with these incredible, exquisite, long, fabulous songs. And I would start to try to sing with them. And so I would imitate with a whistle as far as I could in the pattern and try to repeat back the pattern. And this one bird would engage with me and would sing the whole verse. And then I would do a terrible job of responding. And then the bird sang the whole verse minus the last phrase. And then I failed terribly again. And then the bird sang the whole long song without the last two phrases. And this continued until the bird realized I was completely failing at this, but without any judgment in that. So maybe instead of failing, I should use the words that I wasn't able to do it. And the bird took that long, exquisite song incrementally over and over and over again, taking off the last syllable and the last syllable and the last syllable until it actually just offered me the first sound. And then when I could get that sound right, when I got that sound that it matched with the beautiful, delicate intonations that it had, then it sang it back with two phrases. And so I would then repeat that until I could get the nuances. And then it repeated it back with three phrases. And then it did it with four phrases and five phrases. And so this bird was teaching me very systematically how to carry this exquisite sound. And then at some point I couldn't continue, I couldn't carry it through, and so the bird just started singing in joy. So we would have this ongoing game of me coming home and the bird would fly to where the car came in, land on a branch, look at me in the window of my car and sing to me, and I would sing back. And so this whole game continued, whether I was on the deck or out, doing compost or, whatever was happening. So there was this beautiful relationship. And then one day I came home and the bird was in the tree and it did a dive into the bush. I didn't know why. I had never done that before. It did a dive into the bush and it stayed there and didn't sing and didn't do anything. So I went up to the bush and I kind of, still at a distance. I didn't want to frighten the bird. So we didn't have close physical proximity. It was, like 6 feet away. You're not 3 inches away. So I didn't get closer to the bush than that. But I started just saying to the bird, I see you, and laughing, because the bird had never hidden in that way before. And after a few minutes of me doing that, the bird burst out in a song imitating me. The bird burst out copying my laughter at the top of its voice, of its lungs, of singing so loudly. And it was so well done. It was obvious what was happening. And I just totally cracked up and just burst out laughing back. So now I am laughing and the bird is imitating my laughing in this total just joy love fest. And we continued that way for maybe 10 minutes, 12 minutes, with me just standing out there and the bird singing out of the bush. and playing back and forth. And then we ended up mixing our songs of my laughter with its natural bird songs, and then me adding in the songs I had learned, and then still bursting out laughing because of the exchange that was happening. It was one of the most profound experiences of my life. And so I simply offer this to you in the joy of life, of what's possible when we are surrendered in our heart in the love of all that is, and we engage with life, and we engage with the natural world in our innate naturalness. Our innate humanity is not separate from nature. And when we listen and surrender into our innate naturalness, we start to come into harmony with all that is and nature. So I invite you to enjoy a walk in the woods or even on the street with birds, pigeons, or your own sweet dog or kitty cat. That when we open in this way, we come into a harmony and a resonance with the beauty and the consciousness and the brilliance that surrounds us. Thank you so much for listening. And I wish you blessings in opening through your brilliant, exquisite, infinite heart and dialoguing with the divinity that is everywhere. Namaste.